Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile, slow walkthrough series. I'm Chef Lethal. Let's get started. Listen, we have a lot of things that I want to do, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to try to get through them all. We can't do it all this episode. Also, I kind of shot myself in the foot in the previous weeks where I put like 2 out every single day of these episodes. Now I'm only like a week ahead, and I'm kind of stressing out about it. Alright, so when we last left off, we beat Act 10. We are in the epilogue now, and we are officially in the end game, which means a couple of things. Actually, it means more than a couple of things. It means quite a few. We are now going to be using maps to produce content, and we're doing this from Commander Kirak. And this means we have to go down to our map device down here and put the map in and do all the things. But check this out. We can go to our hideout, which is where I recommend doing this because you can set it up however the heck you want. And I can go here to edit. And I want to import, oops, not import. I want to get decorations, and if I look for, oops, decorations, and look for map device, synthesis, derelict map device, is that it? Map board. Hold on, do I have the map device in my place already? I don't see it. Oh, this is obnoxious. We're gonna figure this out together, that's for dang sure. Maven's Astrolabe. All these categories, man, it's pretty cool the amount of stuff you can put in your hideout, and you can really go nuts with it. I wonder if maybe we have to do a map first to unlock it. All right, let me try that. Let's go back to the epilogue here. Right. So when we run these maps, you can treat a map just like an item. They can be white, plain maps. Let me see where our maps are. They can be plain white, like this, just like a white item. They can be blue, they can be yellow, and they can be gold. They can be unique as well. So all the rarities exist, and they each serve their own function. And basically, so right now we can go down and put this map in our map device, but if I hold Alt, you can see that there's an Atlas map and a bonus objective. Okay, the Atlas map just means that we will go in, complete the map, which means kill the boss, get out, and cool, we did it, yay! But if I hit, ooh, what is it? Don't get this wrong. G, by default. Let's do Control G. Not only, if you thought you were overwhelmed with the passive skill tree, wait till you see the passive atlas tree. So all of the maps make up a thing called an atlas. And every time we complete that bonus objective, we get a point that we can put into this atlas skill. And this is where we start to specialize what kind of game that we want to play in the end game. So there are these travel nodes where you can get increased map drop chances, and then it starts to get into the content. If you want to do essences, you can get points into the essence mobs to get better essence drops. If you like delve, which we haven't even done yet, you can get points into that. If you like strong boxes, you can get tons of points into strong boxes. There's a finite number of skills you can get, but we will also be dropping from monsters across the world refund points that we can use to respec into things. So what the common thing would be, especially in a league scenario where you've got only a limited amount of time, is you will path into, like, say, essences, and we'll go hard into essences and map drop chance, and go hard and go crazy and do all the things, and then after a certain point it stops being profitable, or we're just bored of it, so that you can refund all those points and get out of essences, and say you want to start getting into betrayal and you start specking into betrayal, you can do that, or expedition, all these different things. But you can spec out and spec back in as many times as you have currency for. So that's the whole point. So each tier of maps, so I mentioned basically the rarity of it, right? White, blue, yellow, and gold. We'll just call it gold. In addition, there are tiers of maps. So like this Flooded Mine is a map tier 1. So technically this would be considered what we call a white map, even though it's magic. Forget that rarity. Consider the map tier of it. 1 through 4, I think, are white maps, and then you can get yellow maps, which are 10 to, or I guess that'd be 5 to 10, or 5 to 9, I think. And then yellow maps would be, hold on, no, yellow was what I just said. I'm having to do this off memory because we don't have a map tab. So there's white, yellow, and red. So white is 1 to 4, yellow is 5 to 9, and then red are 10 to 16, I believe. And that's the difficulty of them. Obviously, higher difficulty, better rewards, better ingredients, Papa John's. But you got to start somewhere. We're starting with Flooded Mine. Now, when we're talking about getting Atlas points, again, for here, each tier of map, each white, blue, or what is it? It's white, yellow, or red map has its own criteria. For blue maps, or god dang, for white tier maps, tiers 1, 2, 4, they have to be magic level identified. So here. And now this is where we can, let's say this said monsters are immune to fire damage. And that sucks for us because we just do fire damage. We can find our alteration shards and we can roll this as many times as we need to get modifiers that work for us. But this works for us. 26% more magic monsters, and slaying enemies close together can attract monsters from beyond this realm. Notice how beyond is a capital B. Beyond is another League mechanic from years ago. That's pretty cool. So you can kill a bunch of monsters that are close together, and then new monsters can spawn in that are quote-unquote beyond this realm, and they have different drops. They have very lucrative and special drops that they can drop that are very good to get, actually. So this is a good map. We're going to run it. Upon completing this map, which means killing the boss, we will get an Atlas passive point, which we can then use to spec into something. So I clicked on the map device. I'm going to control click on the map. We have some options here. Every day we get these daily missions. These are missions that we can add on to the existing map. So we can click here, and Einhar will show up in our map, and he will, bring his beasts, and he'll be there. We can do a temple. We can do betrayal. We can do Nico. But for this very first one, we're gonna do it vanilla. I'm not gonna do anything special with it. But these numbers, this obviously, if I ran Einhard, this 1 will become a 0, and then tomorrow it will. Every day you get a new one. So you could stockpile them up and do them all in a bunch. Ad infinitum, as many as you have. And then the highest tier map that you complete at that time is the number that will go up. So if we did maps 1 through 4 today and we started working yellow maps tomorrow when this resets, I'll have a 1 in the yellow area. For all of them. It's not just Einhar or whoever, it's all of them. They will all increase, including Kirak. Kirak has missions as well that can be very good. A very good way to complete your Atlas. But more on that another time. And don't worry so much right now about what's going on up here. Anyway, I've got the map here. I'm going to hit activate. You get 6 portals to go in your map. And every time you exit the map, one of these disappears. I guess technically it's every time you go in. Every time you go into the map, it disappears. So if we go in and we die, this portal is gone. If we go in and we die, this portal is gone. Again, die, 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 die. If we die all 6 times, we cannot go back in. We failed the map. We have to get a new one and start over. But I don't think that's going to happen for us, because we're pretty OP. So, we're here. Make sure I hit the righteous fire right away. And we're just running the map. This is literally, I mean, this is, what did I say? This is a flooded mine. This is very similar to one of the areas in the Path of Exile 2. And we may even get monsters and bosses that resemble bosses from that. Keep in mind also, like, our level up. Whoa, a ton of damage. What's this guy's deal? Extra life, full damage exposure. Wow, okay. This is a good check too. How's it going? Are we in trouble? Or are we doing enough damage? Do we have enough health? How's our resistances? We're pretty good. I think we could still do a little bit more fire, but that's part of our problem. We're no longer horrendously over leveled. So things are just going to be a little bit more challenging. Point too where we could change our item filter around and start looking for things to do. We also have another ascendancy we can do. Oh wow, actually, that was good. That was actually very. That was kind of scary. Ring. Yeah, that was a little dicey. Alright, we're getting fun now. Let's go, man. In the immediate sort of future, I want to do our ascendancies. Final main ascendancy, I'll say. I want to show you guys how to trade for items with PvP. I guess it's not PvP, it's person to person competitive. Just gotta run through the map. It's really not terribly different than what we're used to doing, but it's just add infinitum again. Just as much as we want to do, as much as we can do, as many maps as we drop, as many as we can do. We'll get to a point where maybe you're only interested in doing kind of spec into the map. Whoa! That got real scary. Trying to hit flammability and wave of conviction. This is probably also another good idea for us. Do I have a golem? Golem is dead. Let's respawn him in. It's a good idea to, you know, after this map, I want to check my gear and see what we need. Oh, here's the boss. We found the boss, the eroding one. All goods. Conviction, flexibility, and just watch him die. So there, map completed. So technically we could leave now, and absolutely no penalty for us, but I do want to kill more monsters, see what else this map has to offer us. If anything, there may not be anything. There may just be monsters, which is fun. There was an experience. Especially at just getting direct right now. This is still good though. We're still able to walk through these monsters. course, the league changes, it doesn't really matter so much that we have the extra fire trap gems left up. The changes that were made to the vendor recipe for gem cutters prisms and stuff. We can still affect them somehow, I think. Experience for it. Things are dying pretty quickly. Okay, we're definitely getting a ton of experience. These monsters are much closer to our current level than we were in the campaign, even at the end of the campaign. Spawn with beyond. I'm not getting any good drops, but extra monsters, good XP. So we've got 31 monsters remaining. After you get below 50 remaining on the map, it'll tell you up in the upper right corner how many are left. Generally speaking, if I've killed the boss, farming kind of like right now, I'll wait until there's less than 50 before I call it an end. So I'll probably... yeah, we'll just call it right here. So let's level up life support, life tap support. And we'll go back to the shores. And now let's just talk to Kirak again.
Now that you've had a...
Okay, so now we talk about the Atlas passive. Now you know that we're for the skill tree. Let me go back to the skill tree here. We are following a guide. It's telling us where to go, what to click, what to do. But for the passive, for the Atlas skill tree, there's no guide. And in fact, it's a popular thought that there's really no wrong way to build this out, because it can be respec'd at any time if you have the currency. And it really is just a matter of what do you want to do. Okay, so what I want to do is, well, it doesn't really matter. We have 1 point, so all of these first points that we have to get are for adjacent maps. So we can kind of look and see, you know, what am I interested in? I know personally I like speccing into delve sometimes because I like delving. It's fun. Again, that's something that we'll talk about in a few episodes. I like essences. Essence is really good for currency and crafting. Expedition can be a lot of fun. I really like Betrayal now that I know a lot about it, but it can be really daunting to get into. But it's usually a safe bet to go right up the middle to begin with, which is what we'll do. My plan is to go up the middle. We'll then come up to this notable for essences, or maybe even fill out this circle first for adjacent map drops. And what that means, will it even show me? We won't even really get to see. But if we look here, when it says adjacent map drop, so we just did the flooded mine, and the maps that can drop in the flooded mine could either be Infested Valley or the laboratory. There's another map like over here that we can't see because it's not connected. There's another map over here. I don't know what it is. There's even a map down here, Glacier. So Glacier could not drop from a flooded mine map because they're not connected. Now it will drop from Laboratory, and Laboratory can drop from Glacier, and Glacier can drop from Laboratory, but they cannot usually, in normal circumstances, they cannot skip like that.
Long day.
Another thing.
Your operations.
Here, we can get him there. Another thing that's really important is talk to Kirak and go to purchase items, and you can look at any maps that he has for sale. And you can hold Alt to see if you have completed them. And Kirak's Pier map. I'm gonna buy this just because I've never heard of that before. That sounds good. Cool. And then we'll be able to do that, and it'll be a completion for the Atlas. So now we can go here. I've got some divination cards. I got a new one, so that'll go there. Oh, oopsies. Oops, oopsies. Go like this. Sapphire ring we can put here. Is that everything? Oh, I need boots. I still need a pair of unidentified unique boots. Or not unique, rare boots. Storm Secret. Herald of Thunder also creates a storm when you shock an enemy. Ooh. Requires level 56. That's cool. I'm gonna actually keep that because that sounds neat. Even if it's not useful or meta. Sounds interesting. And this dagger is garbage, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We can sell it. But I believe that is going to be it for this one. We ran our first map. I think what I'll do is finish the maps that we have, or maybe we can start goofing around with some of the side content. Actually, and we got to do the labyrinth. There's so much. See what I mean? You finish the campaign, and there's still so much to do. It is not like, oh boy, what do I want to do? It's like, man, what do I want to do? Because there's so much to do, not because I'm bored or I don't know what to do, because there's so few options. There's too many options. So I gotta determine what the heck I want to do for the next episode, because it's getting late here, and I have got to end it and get some stuff done. So I hope you enjoyed. I'm enjoying. I think our next big thing is going to be some upgrades. We gotta get some new boots. Some new boots. These boots are not great. They don't have movement speed on them. It feels incredibly slow. And our gloves are actual dumpster fire level. This will be a really easy upgrade for us to do. Maybe that'll be the thing next episode. Introducing into trading and running the next map. Hopefully we can get some new gloves. But okay, anyway, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. All the links that you need to know are down in the description below. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already and you are enjoying the content so far. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.